So heckin' angy. I do say, Haroof. Haroof to you and good day.
Hi. I'm real bouncy today because I upped my movement. What's up? Hi. Yeah, cheese tea is a thing, and cheese coffee is a thing. It's all a thing. Hi. I'm very sleepy today. I've been staying up trying to get like prep done. Uh, maybe a little bit too much movement. Oh God. Um, it's a bit better. Okay. It is a very sleepy day today. You can have a little blanket if you want, Jet. That's okay. You're allowed. You can have a little blanket. How are you? How are you today, Jet? How you doing? I'm gonna get you a blanket so you're at least cozy. Um, how would I wanna do I how okay. That works. I'll take that. It's one of those sleepy cozy days. I have a question. I have a legitimate question. I'm curious. So, I'm a big proponent of how do I put this? Not editing people's art, especially when it's given to you, right? Or a commission or whatever. Like I'm a big proponent of that, right? I'm trying to figure out what the rule is for rigs, like VTuber rigs. Like if I went in and rigged my own stuff off of a VTuber that I commissioned, is that the same? Does that count? Is that the same? Is that the same? Is that the same thought? Because I'm now the one rigging it. I don't know. I keep thinking about this. I don't know. I keep thinking about it. It's just a weird thought for me. I don't know. I'll get you a blanket though, Chad. Hold on, one sec. Let's call it blanket. Call it blanket, and make a pinch. Cause I feel like no. What I'm saying is if I commissioned a rig and then I wanted to change how it was rigged in certain parts, and so I went in and deleted and removed. Like, okay, let's say I don't like how the clothing swings, right? So I go in and I delete those parameters myself, and then I edit it and do the work myself. Is that still? I don't know where the line is with that. It's a weird thought because I'm the one putting in the work, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just having a think. I'm just having a think about it. That's all. It's weird. Here's your blanket, chat. I got you a blanket. Here's your blanket. Here's your blankie. There you go. There you go, chat. Nice blanket, just for you. Yeah, that I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, cause it's my art. I'm just having to think. I might just re-rig my entire model before June, which is fun. See, I don't know. That's the question because it's not. See, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. And yeah, I'm probably just gonna re-rig my entire model myself. So don't worry about it. It's fine. It was just something I was thinking of. I don't know. It was just a weird thought that I was having. Hmm. Anyway, how are you? You can. She's good. It's like a weird concept, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah, that was base. I think that's basically the thought, Barry. So like, yeah, it is still editing the art. I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking about this openly because like I'm having to re-rig my model, right? Like do it myself basically. And so for the most part I'm just like, hmm, hmm, I don't know where this lands. I don't know where this lands at all. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I mean, no, you're fine. That's why I was saying, like, cheese tea is already a thing. Cheese coffee is absolutely the next step there. Unrelated, the most weird thing I've ever had in coffee was lime juice. And it was kind of weird, but it was, like, nice. But it was, like, nice. I don't know. It was, like, nice. Like, actually. I don't know. Yeah? You don't say. Chat, today. Yes, I did. Today we are drawing possums, by the way. Just so you know, possums. We're drawing possums. We're drawing and making possums. That's all we're doing. Just making possums. We get to make more of you, and we get to make all the emotions we thought of yesterday. And I don't have anywhere to go today, so I can take my sweet time with it. Lime! Fuck! Oh, I guess I need to change that emote for you. Don't I? And make it like grayscale. Can you resend me the emote PNG and I'll do it? Yeah, it was a coffee I had in LA though. Did I? Did you not update it? I have it. I have it. Where is it? You recommit. Did I not send it to you? Oh no. Wait. Wait, hold on. Cause you should show me it because I only see the red one and I see Lime's one. Or Gwen's one of Squeesh. Oh boy. Oh no. What is this? That's Bongo. Hmm. 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 I can't find it anywhere. That's fun. No problem. As per usual, I'm gonna be in dick fight. I've mentioned to those who are in the chat that Dick Fight Island is going to be open all of June. So if, like, say, Sar is up at 2 a.m. for some weird reason and can't get to sleep, he has every right to come in and berate you, chat, while you're watching animal videos. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, listen, my gacha rolled weird. Like, look, I can show you. Hold on. My gacha rolled weird, and, like, I'm trying to fix it. Hold on. I'm trying to fix it. I promise. Where is it? Where is it? Fuck. Where is it? Oh, no. Okay. New plan. Okay, we're gonna make a window capture. We're gonna call it Firefox. Yeah. And we're gonna scroll down to, this guy. And be like, look, it's my gacha. It's having some weird issues though. I don't know what's wrong with it. I lost like $20. It kind of sucked. Yeah, it was real weird. It was real strange. Like I don't know what's up. As you can see, my gacha rolled. That was like cool. But then, like, the audio's all fucked up. Audio's all fucked up and shit. Like I don't get it. Like what's going on? They said they'd get back to me about it in June, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. They'll get back to me on it in June. So that's the plan. So I have checked. I am wrong. Okay, let me make you one then today. I did not recommission you. You commissioned me to make one of Gwen. I know. That one is the one I remember. Live is wrong. Point and laugh. No. Mark it down. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, it's not hard. I just have to grayscale it. It's not a big issue. Speaking of grayscaling, we're gonna scoot over here. And I'm gonna scoot my butt over here. I'll get you your blanket. Hold on. I will bring you back your blanket. Hold on. And then I have to bring you back your blanket. 1 second. Add blanket. Yes. There's your blanket, chat. There you go. There's your blankie. We're having a comfy one today. Okay. There's your blankie, and you still have your joint. No, you don't have to pay for the edit. It's 2 seconds. Like, literally, hold on. Just watch. There you go. I did it. I mean, if we want to be more exact, accurate, 1 second. Where's your pizza? Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Hold on. I'll get you your fucking pizza. I'll get you your goddamn pizza. Hold on. I want to get my actual skin tone for this. There you go, Lime. It's done. It wasn't even hard, so, like, it's fine. You can have the juice squeezed out of you, that's fine. Let me do this as well. That would probably help.
Yeah, you should do that. Hi, everybody.
Hi. How are you?
Patiently waiting for you.
You haven't even been in the voice chat. I've been checking until now.
Watching.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's like when two introverts are at a party and they really want to talk to each other, right? But they like keep glancing over to see if the other one's not talking to anyone.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let me rearrange my tits, I guess. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Hi, Rio. Yeah, Lime got the juice squeezed out of him. Don't worry about it.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens
Regularly.
a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm. It's so weird that you have to do it so many.
Yep, it's real annoying, actually. I'll be
It's
honest.
like that's the corner most people are in. So like, why would it not be?
I don't know. It's because it aligns to VTuber Studio. But for whatever reason, also no, I'm not giving you your pizza. I don't feel like it.
That's fine. Whatever. Just refund me eventually. It's fine.
Where's Sam? Sam is asleep on the couch.
Lucky
That's where Sam is.
Of course, now that you said Sam, they're gonna want to come and see what's going on.
No, because I can sit here and say Sam, 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 and he's dead asleep.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine. Okay. What was I doing today? Possums. I'm doing possums.
Yes, you're doing possums.
I need to reorganize so much because I literally lost my alerts yesterday when I was trying to show them to someone.
You deleted them, or
No, they were just in a folder that I didn't expect, and it was not great. Yeah, no, it was, oh. It was bad. Okay. So, let me find this one, and then pull it over here for whatever. So I need a sad possum, for one. That's gonna be one of the bigger ones, I guess. How is a possum sad?
Dank. 420 blaze it. A mirite.
Thank you, Henry. What if possum is just like, I can't even think about life anymore. Not think, you know what I mean. Hold head in hands, am cry.
yeah, that could be a good sad.
I love how all my music is like beepy boppy, cute, happy. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm a horror VTuber. What's up?
Yeah, the Donkey Kong got me today.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
You don't
this
say.
is some total whiplash.
Listen. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I could listen to, like, my actual music. I didn't get that many DMCAs yesterday. Not DMCAs, copyright claims. I mean, listen. Pokemon can be a Dragon Warrior if it wants. It's allowed.
I'm sorry, the tappy taps.
How dare you?
I know, right?
Why can't I move this? Why can't I move this? What? What is happening? Clip? Are you okay? Clip?
I still have to buy my oldest clip. Oi.
Just buy the Forever license. It's pretty cheap.
No,
actually.
I will. Yeah, no, it's really reasonable.
Okay. I gotta.
They were using Paint for a while, so they're like, "This is fine." I'm like, "Okay, well, if that's all you want, I'm not going to argue with you."
Sure, kid. Go.
Whatever.
Go wild.
But now he's using Adobe something, which has like animation functionality too.
Procreate? No.
Adobe Procreate. That's how we're gonna have world domination, baby. Come buy your eternal Adobe license and get Adobe Procreate for free.
Adobe XD?
I don't remember. It says Dragon Warrior, but it's a Pokemon. I mean, like a lot of the Dragon Warrior songs, like Pokemon was a big ripoff of Dragon Warrior, if you look at the history of it. So, but I mainly hopped in before I go do my yard work / take my walk today. Because I have a story that I have to be super vague about. Because it's about Tears of the Kingdom. But I came across something last night, like roughly around the time I was planning on like going to bed and turning off the game.
Yeah.
That made me stay on for like another 2.5 hours.
Okay.
And
Adobe Animate
has me like more excited than like anything I've like randomly stumbled across thus far. Or whatever is like a callback sort of thing, right?
DM it to me.
I will DM it to you. And I've still done like none of the story, so I'm very excited about like where the actual plot of the game is gonna go because I've just been doing random shit and like I'm 50 hours in at this point and having a fantastic time. Like, holy fuck.
Me and Max literally bought all the amiibos just to play it like longer.
Oh, I'm jealous. I only have like 3 of them, I think.
Oh, we bought the NFC cards.
Oh, you did the card stuff. I should do the card stuff. Think about doing that, whatever.
We got them for like $22, sorry.
But they re-released like a lot of the actual amiibos, and I do like a lot of the Legend of Zelda ones
then
too.
Get the actual amiibos, but for now.
I know I could just get the cards. I was like, my mom's birthday was recently, and she's been really digging Tears of the Kingdom, and the cards would be a really good gift for her too. I got her a gift card, but I could get her cards too. Think about it. You should send me the link to the ones you bought.
Okay. Mine will be here on like the say. Gamers Outreach, Chloe partnership, a nonprofit that dare hospitalize kids. I'm okay. Thanks though. Although you did call me dear, like actually called me dear, and know that I'm a VTuber. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Nope, can't do it. It's during my support-a-thon. Fuck. God damn it. Hold on. Okay. There you go, Amazon. Don't mind me. Also, yes, fuck Nintendo. That's fine. Well, don't fuck Nintendo, but fuck Nintendo.
Are you eating
my tablet
some carrots? Well, your tablet then. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was. It looks so fucking cool.
I mean, seeing how Dan is like 80 hours in, I'm at this point. I'm just like, yeah, okay, maybe this one's better than the previous one. You know?
Yeah, I'm having a good time, and like,
Yeah.
this is ordering the cards. Sorry, I ordered 2 sets. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? I have a lot of thoughts and stuff, whatever. But obviously, I'm trying to be sensitive to the fact that it just came out and stuff, right? So, and
I mean,
honestly,
we can have a chat about it in like a couple days.
spoil much because hell, like I haven't actually seen anything, right? But just general, like, oh.
I got spoiled for a big
Over
thing.
100
actually.
rocks can be stashed in a possum's pouch at any given time.
I can tell
ready
you
to throw
what
at
it
a moment's
is
notice.
real fast in the DM.
But if it hasn't been spoiled for me yet, do I want to know?
No.
I mean, I don't really care about spoilers either. You can go ahead.
I know the answer to that. Because I clicked onto Dan's stream for like a second, and I was going to be like, hey, Dan, and he had his lore stuff up, and I was like, oh, no. And my brain read it too fast, and I was like, all right, well.
I mean, I have a pretty big suspicion myself, but we will see.
Tell me, I'm curious.
Yeah, tell us more. I'm curious.
Hi, Will.
Hi,
Will.
dear. Hi, Saw.
Oh, it's more than that.
Is
Oh,
Chad
really?
smoking a blunt?
Yes. It's legal. Hi, Will.
I just didn't expect the answer to be yes.
No, you'll see, Sar. You'll see.
Oh, good.
Finish Impa's quest about the image things on the ground. Anyway, I was gonna say, hey, Will. Hi, how are you?
I'm mildly ill, which is why I'm here, not at work.
You know, that's fair.
But other than that, I'm doing great.
Did you see that you are invited to be in this voice chat at any time in June now?
I did see that. I don't think I understand it.
So I'm doing my marathon in June.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in the voice chat even if I'm not awake, because my PC is gonna be on the entire time for 24 hours for a month. Right?
Oh my god.
Pretty much. Because I'm doing a marathon, a subathon that's uncapped. So I could be streaming for the next like 3 months. We don't know. We'll find out.
Oh my god.
So
oh, you're so fucked.
we'll get to that. Sam
It
has
would
to
be
go
a
to
good
college,
time
okay?
To come down in July and just hang out with Max for a week, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it probably would be worth it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna come on your stream when you're asleep and just do like a podcast about Warhammer 40k for 8 hours.
You can just do that. You are fully allowed to do that. If I am asleep, if I am not talking, come in and talk about whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Reason 24
Just be within
that the Tau are the best Warhammer 40k army, the greater good.
the Halo lore.
Have you seen the Eldar preview for 10th edition? I was so psyched I had to tweet about it, and I fucking hate Twitter.
Can you DM me? I haven't seen it. No.
Oh my god, yes. Hang on.
But yes, I'm being very serious about the fact that you can just come in and talk about whatever to fill dead air.
Oh god, I'm just gonna come on and do a strong bad podcast. Dead air, dead air, dead air. That's the college radio station experience right there on DeerBits.
I just ask that we're within TOS and any drama is kept out of it. That's it. That's all I ask.
You mean that I can't drop my next hit diss track in
No.
the middle of your exclusive subathon stream?
No, you can't.
All right.
Thank you.
Can I drop a track about liking people?
Yes.
That was
Okay.
the joke, Will. The only diss tracks I've ever done have been about how great people are.
You've done
about
actual diss tracks about liking people, though?
Yeah, specifically about how great Nat is. Yep.
Yes.
It's a real
Okay,
thing.
that tracks.
Yeah. Because, I mean, generally speaking, I'm an awful person.
Also, there's no fucking way that y'all are gonna raise $100,000 or even $25,000. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, keep saying that.
I will, because it's not gonna fucking happen.
I think you get my bonus in June.
I have 30 cents.
I appreciate your 30 cents. You're free to keep your 30 cents.
I'm gonna give you my 30 cents.
I
It's fantastic.
will take it
Will,
if you
thank
want,
you for
but
sending this to
you don't
me.
have
I
to give me
appreciate
your
this.
30 cents.
But it's so shiny. It's my own 30-cent coin.
Oh. Is it legal?
I think it's something like 5 years old.
Do you have like the new King of England on your coin already too? Like somehow?
I mean, I got me.
Over 100
Jesus.
rocks can be stashed
I
in a
could
possum's
hear you
pouch
getting
at any
hit by
given
that through your
time,
mic.
ready to
That's
throw
great,
at a
isn't it?
moment's notice.
I can move my mic away.
No, don't. It's
I
great.
Please don't.
Just a very. It's a great effect because you just hear like the big
So
old
slight.
whack, but it
Yeah.
sounds like distant.
Right, echoey across the house.
I like to believe it's a cartoon sound effect for Sammy running into the wall or something.
Oh my fucking god. So we went to the dog park the other day and he was playing with
Oh no.
a corgi. Like it was just one corgi. Because it was the only dog there. And he was running around, and in the middle of the dog park there's like a place for people to sit, and there's like a bench and then like some pillars for like a shade thing, and like another bench and a bench. And he went this way and ran straight into the fucking steel beam and started screaming.
Oh no.
He was fine. He just screams whenever he gets hurt.
Sammy, I meant Sammy the dog, but I appreciate you so much.
Yes, Lime, you ran straight into a steel beam and started crying. That's what happened.
I can't wait to have Lime show you the ins and outs of Final Fantasy 14, dear. That'll be a fun
Multiple people are going to be showing me the ins and outs of Final Fantasy 14
Wait, you're doing Final Fantasy 14?
in June, yes.
Neat.
I basically asked Sar and like whoever else wants to offer to field trip me through Final Fantasy 14 to explain why it's good. And
Have
if
you
I
seen-
and try to get me to play it.
Look, Will already gave them the best tip, which is to spend the $20 on the story skip for ARR, so.
Well, I've been enjoying ARR, but that's just me. Have you not seen my notes file?
I have. Not recently, but I've seen it previously. And yeah, it was-
You can do a story skip through ARR, and then I'll just slap my notes file on the screen and be like, okay, so here's what you missed.
it'll do like the deer thing. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, you have to go do this last dungeon so
But
you
then that's
understand
it.
how it ends, and then we'll go right into Heaven's Sword because it's a much better story.
Hang
And
on,
it's
wait.
not that it's a much better story. It's that like all of the like escalation stuff has basically occurred because they do the thing in Final Fantasy 14 where like you start off as like a nobody and become like a local hero and then become a regional hero and then become a national hero and then become a worldwide hero, right? Some of those tiers are less exciting than others.
If I do have one complaint, it's that you are the most important person in ARR after like 15 levels.
About 24, right?
Yeah, I was Lime. I was going to be
When you,
field tripped through it. I was going to
So
have
it's
people
it's a-
offer like any game that they think that I should be field tripped through, like Final Fantasy 14 or whatever. They just have the opportunity to be like, "Hey, dear, in June I'm going to field trip you through this." And I'm like, "Okay."
Trying to think of what the worst job in Final Fantasy 14 is, because that's what Deer should play. Have the worst
Fucking
experience.
God.
Blue Mage.
You can't be Blue Mage your content though.
Yes, you can. If you buy a story skip, you get up to level 50.
That's true. You could story skip and then go back and do Blue Mage for all the rest of the story. New Game Plus style. Blue Mage is really powerful though. Like that's the point, is to make it so it's a miserable grind, right?
Sorry,
Deer
for
already hates
context.
RPGs and JRPGs, and Deer already hates grinding. So like,
Oh, I don't mind grinding. I don't like specific grinding.
that's fair.
I
You should
thought.
take up mining in Final Fantasy 14. That'll be good for your.
I remember having a friend who in World of Warcraft was like a level 100,000 million whatever fisherman, and that's all he did.
Yep. I really
Honestly
like fishermen.
based.
That's my first MMO character ever in Ultima Online was a fisherman. So like you're speaking to the demographic here.
I think the benefit. Okay. Here's the problem I have, because I keep having conversations with people at work where I talk about I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 because I'm a degenerate and I can't avoid talking about it. And I keep having to say the caveat of, yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the reason I'm enjoying it right now is because I'm streaming it. Because going through Final Fantasy 14 with people in chat who are excited about what you're doing is a very fun experience.
Oh,
That's
I can
fair.
imagine.
Yeah. And I do appreciate like how deep you're digging into the lore, because like for me, when I played through the game initially when it first came out, right, I went through all the motions and I wrapped up the AR storyline, right, and it just kind of washed over me, right? Like I understood like the main beats of what was happening, right? And it wasn't until some of the expansions come and they like nail home specific things where it's like, hey, this thing that kind of felt like a throwaway thing, or we just kind of mentioned this in passing, or this sort of thing, or whatever like that, right? Yeah, this is why this was important. They like punch you in the face with it later, right? And it wasn't until those like later bits and stuff like that that like some of the stuff like really started to like light bulb for me, if it makes sense, right? And in your notes file, you've already called out some of that stuff, right? So it's like, oh, it was all there from the beginning. I was just too busy clicking accept next quest or whatever like that to get the full experience when I played this initially.
Amazing.
So, just for context on this, and also because I'm very proud of it, I'm gonna put my notes file in Secret
Go ahead.
Talking, and I'll put it in chat.
I was gonna say, you can put it in chat, I don't care.
Yeah, this is Final Fantasy 14 ARR spoilers, base game spoilers. But don't worry, your eyes will probably just glaze over, and you don't really have to worry about it that much.
You
Which
say
is exactly
that?
what it's like to play through ARR.
You say
That's the
that.
experience right there.
You say that? Will, I play and literally summarized all of Nier.
Yeah, this makes
Which is
the
why I
Nier
honestly
don't
think
document
you might
look like
have a
child's play.
chance.
Sorry, Will.
No,
I
it's
didn't mean to
okay.
speak over you there.
I honestly, like, I was gonna mention earlier, the fact that
Deer's
Deer's
looking
got
for it. Deer's looking for
new-
the doc, aren't you, Deer?
Oh, hey, there's the little Amogus. Killed on arrival,
There it is.
Amogus.
Here it
Fake
goes.
beloved by some.
what the first thing you find is the
The
little
Amogus?
Amogus
Yeah.
bean. I don't even remember where I drew that Amogus bean. Oh nope, I found it.
there it is.
Moogles! Oh my god.
They're very important.
They are
Bless
very
the good King.
I'm sorry,
Nukamog,
elf
the
cops? Elf
Very
cops.
good.
Oh, yeah.
Racist elf cops?
Yeah, they didn't really. I'll be honest, the racism hasn't really factored in.
Okay. Anyway. Listen, all I know is there's a fucking Nier raid, and I want to.
I mean, the
I do.
Jesse Cox video does a really good job explaining the base game.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it if anybody is confused about
Isn't
AR's
racist
plot.
cops redundant? Yes.
I need to pour one out for my racist cops out there.
I don't want near coops. Damn it! I fucking got distracted by people talking about cops. Let's see. When is the Neo raid?
Yeah, it's in Shadowbringers, the third expansion.
Okay, yeah. So you gotta be level 80.
Yep.
Got it.
It's very good. It's a lot of fun. You'll like it too. It's got a lot of plot implications.
Oh, I know.
I'm
I've
very
literally memorized most of it.
It's nothing like getting hit by a subway train, let me tell you. To wake you
Or
up.
the
No,
Square
it's
Enix
most-
building?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I memorized most of what?
the Nier raid from Final Fantasy 14. Hello, Kitten. How are you? I mean, you've memorized the plays. I mean,
My girlfriend's husband is an APD. And yes, I memorized the plays. I've memorized literal, like, poems. I've memorized not just the plays, but both the girl and boy idol performances. There was a lot.
yeah, Lime, you need to like pick up the pace if you're gonna.
I
That
have
was
no-
100% my joke, by the way, about Lime showing you stuff around here, is only because it has taken Lime so long to get where they are.
No,
Do I
I don't know if I'm gonna stick around. If I actually stick around, we'll get to the new raid eventually. But like for right now, just don't even think about it.
Look, Lab, I get it. I
Also, Tears of the
did you
Kingdom,
know
yeah.
There's a content patch next week that continues the plot, and I don't think I'm gonna get to it right away because of Tears of the Kingdom. And then Diablo 4 comes out in like a week after that. It's like,
poor
why is
baby.
this
Oh, poor
month so
baby.
freaking packed with stuff I want to touch?
Wait, there's a Diablo pack for what? Or there's a content
No,
pack for
Diablo
what?
4 coming out, and the next big patch for 14 is coming out next week.
Oh, neat. Yeah, because there's an expansion in the works or something, isn't there?
Always, yeah, because that's the okay. Like I've played a lot of MMOs over the years, right? And one of the things that I absolutely love about 14, and you got to give them a little nudge for the COVID stuff, right? But beyond the COVID stuff, they are very, very good about keeping their content pipeline flowing and being very predictable on when they release their patches and content updates
Chat, why are you
to
so
the point
sad?
where it's like almost like unbroken.
They smoke
Again.
too much weed.
COVID, whatever. So like the plot you're talking about, that the next expansion, whatever like that.
Shut the fuck up for a second.
Yep, shutting up for a second.
Will, why are you so good at yes and? God damn it.
Because I smoke too much weed.
That's fair. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Just gonna say that the expansion's probably been done for like a year at this point. So, all right, anyway.
Yeah. I'm so fucking terrified of finally reaching the end game of Final Fantasy 14, and that's when they're like, "All right, we're done. Final Fantasy 17 coming out."
Oh my god, I wish.
Thinking about it, 11 was the first MMO, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
And then 14 was an MMO. So if we continue the trend, 17 will be the next MMO.
It's true.
Essentially.
I mean, I don't know if they would make that risk at this stage, right? Just because 14 is doing so well, right? And what's one of the funniest things to me about, like, do you know how much do you know about like the like 1.0 stuff, Will?
Almost nothing.
Okay, so
You should probably give context to chat for that.
yeah, I'll do that in a second. So, Will, when you get to like the Bahamut stuff, it'll help with a lot of that potentially, just from your lore perspective, right? But for chat, so Final Fantasy 14 originally released, and it didn't do well. And the in-game, they were like, "We're gonna solve this with an in-game event," and they literally destroyed the world and put it back in the development pipeline for 3 years, I think it was, and then released it as A Realm Reborn, which is technically 2.0.
They dropped the fucking moon on the planet.
They did, literally. Yep.
And then-
it was an in-game event. You could watch it happen.
And then all the content from 1.0 is just gone.
Yeah,
You
they just
can't
deleted
play it anymore.
Yeah.
It's barely
That is how a
acknowledged.
nuke works, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's acknowledged like plot-wise, but beyond that, yeah, no, it's not.
You know what the wildest part of it is, and maybe Sar can correct me if I don't understand this. You didn't get to keep your character.
Well, so
Like you got to keep your character, quote unquote, but they
Yeah.
got reset to level 1, and
They
the
got better
only
rated.
thing you got was like a tattoo.
yeah, I think it was a tattoo, and then there was dialogue. So when you first create your character, there is a cutscene that happens, right? And if you're a new character, the dialogue is different than if you're a returning character from 1.0, and it's just slightly different. I think you get a title too potentially as well, to like let everyone know that you like basically like canonically what happened is your character experienced the moon crashing, and so like you're a breed above the other adventurers or whatever, right? So
A breed?
The tattoo used to disappear if you Fantasia'd. Oh no.
no.
Fantasia is a character reset. It's basically just make my character look different.
that's good that that's fixed. Whew. But what I wanted to talk about specifically about this was the fact that like when they released 14 originally, and when they were coming back and talking about some of their main failure points on like why it didn't do well, they were like, well, we thought we could just treat it like we treated Final Fantasy 11 and get like the bare bones of the game out there, and then add systems and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
people wanted later, like auction houses and a friends
God.
list and
Released without a friends list?
and stuff like that. And they were like, we didn't anticipate that in the years since Final Fantasy 11 came out that like these were now expected features. in like an MMORPG, and when they were missing, people were very upset about them not being there.
Shocking.
And that's not even touching on like the map reusing and stuff like that, right? Where like literally some of the zones had like an intersection of trees that was just the same trees moved 90 degrees, right? So that it was different and stuff like that.
Something pyramid grapes?
Pyramid grapes. I don't know that one.
Hold on. I just see it a lot. I saw it a lot on Twitter. Hold on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I never actually played 1.0 because I was so in tune with the MMO like life at that time.
The low poly grapes that they fixed. Everyone was
The
upset
low
about.
poly grapes, yes. Never forget the low poly grapes.
Oh, is that from Final Fantasy 14?
And Walker, yeah, specifically. They are fixed now, though. They're no longer like that anymore.
Sucks.
It does. Like, just because everyone was like looking at it and teasing them for it, but it was out of like love. It wasn't out of like, how dare you not make these grapes photorealistic, right?
You
On a
gotta make
platter
it
of
basic
fruit.
that
Well, that's something.
Well, that's good.
you gotta make it basic so that it runs well. You gotta make it look like the game can run on a computer that still uses like an old bulky CRT monitor.
Okay, so I was looking at a structure in Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Oh, no.
Someplace you would look close to, right? I'm not gonna say what it is or whatever, fear spoilers, whatever. But the polygon count on it was like N64 / GameCube era, right? And they hide it with using good textures,
Shocking.
right? High detailed, decent textures, right? And I looked at it and I said, this is really smart. And this is why this game comes in at 15 gigs as opposed to like any other modern game right now that's like 180, 200 gigs.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Like, I'm okay with this because, again, you're using it in intelligent ways, Nintendo. Thank you. And it also explains one of my biggest fears was that the game would run like absolute garbage. I've had very little performance issues. A couple
Same.
here and there, little hitches, but overall,
Seems like maybe Game Freak should take a note. That's all I'm gonna say.
right? Jesus fucking Christ.
I feel so bad for Game Freak.
My biggest thing is like I understand not shitting on devs for stuff, but like they need to not push out a Pokemon game every fucking year. That's the biggest thing for me. They just need to stop trying to do that.
Well, they did like 3 in 18 months it was at that point?
It needs to stop. It needs to stop happening like that. Because obviously everything is fucking not failing, but like suffering because of it.
Well, besides Legends of Arceus, which was a fucking bomb.
Shining Diamond and Pearl or whatever came out like 6 months before that, though, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Shining Diamond and Pearl, I think, came out
No,
after
it was
Legends of
before.
Arceus.
It was before.
Was it?
It was before.
I'm Googling now.
I'm 90% sure it was before.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. It was about 2 months before.
Oh, 2 months even. Okay, yeah. Which, I mean, still makes my 18-month statement accurate, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, those poor devs.
They need to stop. They literally just need to stop.
and, like, that's such a weird situation, right? Because my understanding, again, this is, a layman speaking effectively when it comes to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the Pokemon franchise as a whole is owned by 3 companies. You have the
Yes.
Pokemon Company, you have Nintendo, and you have Game Freak.
Yes.
All have their piece of it, basically. And my understanding is why it got pushed out the door is basically Nintendo and the Pokemon Company said, release. Game Freak were the ones like, we need more time.
Mm-hmm. When I generally say Game Freak, I mean like the higher ups, like going like, yeah, no, okay, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Like I do not mean the devs themselves. Like they're fine.
I have mixed feelings because on the one hand, actually no, I don't have mixed feelings. It's weird because like my brain's like, oh, the anime, the game, and the card game all need to release at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I kind of understand that, but that's not how it happened this year. The anime came out like a couple months after the game.
Yeah.
And
They only just. Sorry.
Usually the anime comes out like a month in advance of the game. if the stuff works out the way it's supposed to. I think normally.
Either way, it didn't work out, is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
I guess they just had to hit like the pre-Christmas release thing. It's funny because Scarlet and Violet is still, I think, my favorite mainline Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't disagree that it was like good. It just could be better. That's it. That's the whole thought. Full stop.
See, my issue with it is like I came into Sword and Shield really late, right? Because I didn't really like a lot of the stuff they were doing. But then my one child had interest in it, and I'm like, well, I'll buy it too so I can play with you.
Yeah.
And then they never got past like the second gym. But anyway, I finished the game. And the tail on that one I felt like was pretty long, right?
Yes.
Island Armor was amazing.
I agree.
And then the second expansion I didn't like as much from like the single player stuff like that. But do you know how many hours I spent doing raids with people? Like ridiculous amounts of hours just doing the raids with my friends, right?
Yeah.
And even before that, like in just Space Sword and Shield doing the raids and stuff. And in Scarlet and Violet, like the single player story and stuff like that, like the best, most compelling, whatever. I've talked about that, I think,
we have.
like multiple times. But because the raids are so freaking jank and so freaking broken, right?
Yeah.
Every time I've tried doing any of the event raids, right? And
I gave
it's
up.
like the connection is exactly the same. And I won't touch another one. I did the first one. I got the Score Bunny or whatever it was.
Cinderace.
And then the Charizard one came out, right? And I tried doing it, and I kept getting DC'd constantly, right?
For me, it was...
I fucking hate the raids too.
When we were all doing it with Roddy, right? And it was just impossible. Like, it got to a point that it just felt fucking impossible, either because of lag slowing us down and, like, not being able to do stuff because of that, or it was just, like, it being literally impossible feeling.
It's kind of impressive how they managed to make the raids worse than they were in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I don't understand how, right? And like to me, like all the janky, buggy, whatever, hee hee ha ha, ooh, accidentally did this graphical glitch or whatever stuff. Whatever. That doesn't really bother me, right?
It doesn't bother me either. Graphical glitches can like make me buy a game because they're funny.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I don't care.
But in this situation, like the thing that's supposed to be the long tail that's supposed to make me play this game and want to take it out and play it with my friends over 6 months after the game came out or whatever, right? I don't want to do it. It's such a fucking pain in the I have no reason to play Scarlet or Violet right now. And I any other DLC plan stuff, whatever like that, none of it looks like it'll drag me in either, right? So that's the part that blows my mind, where it's like, especially with such a key function to like the overall experience, to be that poorly implemented. It's like a fighting game having bad netcode. How often does that happen, Will?
Well,
the joke is every fighting game, right? But
I'm sorry, I was trying to email
Nintendo?
my work.
Oh.
Well,
Dear Nintendo, please watch this Twitch stream because we say all these things that you should listen to.
Crying in the Deer stream because I love my job so much.
Yeah, you needed specific Pokemon to fight in those events, and then the events themselves, like, tried to make it harder for you to fight with those Pokemon. And then on top of that, we were dealing with the fact that, like, because we were not all in the same room, we would have, like, 5 seconds of lag sometimes. That would literally take away from the timer that doesn't stop because of lag.
I think I know... I have a decent guess what the lag is in those raids. I don't think it's internet lag. I think the problem is that everyone goes through their own, like, animations and text boxes. And I think that either one is just really bad at, like, showing, like, hey, X person is in a text box, so we have to wait for them.
Yeah.
Or two, maybe it doesn't do a great job syncing data until after everyone's text boxes are done. Those would be my two guesses as to why it's so bad.
So
because
then,
conceptually, I like
my
these
thought
raids.
with that then is, you know how they had the option in older games to just turn off fight animations? Just do that.
during those fights, yeah.
Actually, that might only exacerbate the problem because some people would finish a turn basically instantly and then have to wait like a minute for other people to go through all the animations and text stuff.
Well, no, I'm saying for everybody.
Just all of them.
Just all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just turn it off for the fucking raid.
Which would be a hard sell for Game Freak because they need that Pokemon Razzle Dazzle to sell plushies.
As they sit there and wiggle a little bit.
I agree. I'm just saying.
I think there's a technical and a design aspect to this that would be an easier solution. I think all they need to do is if game development is easy. I think that the better attitude would have been that they just need to not do all the bespoke camera animations for stuff like when a Pokemon terrestrializes or when a raid Pokemon puts shield up. I think if they just you can't really put a clock on something and then artificially slow it down without causing player frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which, to be fair, totally, now that I say that out loud, it feels like something that would happen at some point in Nier. I've never played Nier. It just feels like something that they would do.
Just to fuck with the players, yeah.
So my thought then would be, then don't put a clock on it. Put a turn order on it. You only have X amount of turns. Go.
You did.
I mean, but then that's just Sword and Shield raids.
Right,
so?
Which I mean was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't need to get fixed.
Oh my god, I hated Sword and Shield raids so much.
But well, I suppose the problem is we've seen what Scarlet and Violet raids are, right? So going back in hindsight and being like, oh, this is so much better. But what I wanted to point out too, Will, is what surprises me is like what you're talking about with the like desyncing and stuff like that, whatever, right? That's what like World of Warcraft solved in like 2004 with the global cooldown timer, right? To sync everything basically back up to like the server side clock, if you will, right? And I imagine that like the Pokemon raids are peer-to-peer, right? But one of them is still functioning effectively as your server, right? That's setting your clock.
Yeah, whoever hosts the raid.
Yeah, and so it sounds like there's a desync happening between those particular clocks, and there's nothing to be like, this is the true time, right?
So I really want you to explain the World of Warcraft global cooldown timer.
It's basically just like, so when you like all your inputs and all the things you do, whatever like that, there's an artificial 1 second delay between everything you do and it basically working in the game world so that everything syncs up basically on the server clock.
Oh, that makes sense. You know, it's been like 15 years since I played World of Warcraft.
Yeah, there was that situation, Roddy. It did fucking suck.
Final Fantasy 14 uses something similar, but there's this kind of weird and leggy. That's why you can like stand in a circle, look like you get out of the circle, still get hit, because the server timer thinks you're still in the circle, right?
Yeah. I will say, as someone, God, I spent like 10 or 12 hours in a couple days just doing terror raids to build my team for the Pokemon competition I went to.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a fun experience.
Yeah, no, terror raids are not fun. Like, they tried very hard to make them fun. They're not fun. I'm sorry, they're not.
The aristocrats.
What?
What?
Oh, Will, you're hilarious.
Thank you. It's the lack of brain cells from the sickness.
Chat, why are you so fucking sad? What the fuck?
Will needs to get down with the sickness. I don't know. That's a really good sad emote.
They just watched Sammy ran into a fence and they're worried that Sammy's okay.
Sammy's okay.
The dog Lime. No, the actual animal dog Lime, not the...
No, Lime's not okay, but the dog is okay, yes.
I don't want Lime to be
Oh,
like,
don't worry.
I'm a dog.
They followed recently. I have another person that goes by Sam or Sammy. And they're like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, no.
Good.
It's not great. Why? Are you getting the fucking munchies? Like, is that what's going on?
Look, the joke, I was thinking about this. I'm like, I could ask for like specific pizzas from specific bad chains, right? Or I could ask for bespoke items from each of their menus.
Oh my god, I could destroy a pizza right now.
Send me a PNG of it then.
See, now you're making this harder on me.
I know.
I don't even is it Crazy Sticks at Little Caesars? I've been out to Little Caesars in so long.
No, I don't remember.
Why?
I worked like 8 years ago at it.
At Little Caesars? I
Yeah.
thought you worked at Pizza Hut.
I worked at all pizza places.
Oh, really? Okay.
I worked
I've
at
only ever
Domino's,
worked at
Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars. Yeah.
I worked at a Rosati's myself, which nobody's gonna know what that is.
Here,
Yeah.
why are we drawing chat sad?
So instead of outfits, I decided that chat can switch between emotions to interact with stream, because everybody kind of does outfits for their like TTS mascot. And so I was like, okay, well, you get emotions instead, and you get to switch between like angry, happy, sad, etc. But I have to
I
draw them.
can't wait until there's a major character death in Final Fantasy 14 and chat is rapidly swapping between the sad and the happy emotions based on who's winning the fight.
I was gonna say the horny
Yeah, right.
emotion, but it's fine.
You're giving them a horny emotion?
Yes, I am.
I don't have access to look at this picture
Dear?
of Crazy Bread at Little Caesars' website. What?
Dear,
Yes, Will.
is the horny emotion just the gimp suit?
No, and it's a subsuit.
Yeah.
But no, it's
a
not.
Submarining suit. Yeah.
I'm not Googling the
They
difference.
they did ask for a submissive but breedable emotion, and I just pulled up the subsuit and was like, there you go, it's this one. So
Now, hang on a second.
Look.
Because... Oh, this happened this stream.
no, it happened last stream.
Okay, cool. You don't, for the record, I got confused for a second because when you said that, you made it sound like this was before the subsuit stream actually happened.
Oh,
People
no.
would just randomly in chat like, "Hey, we want to be submissive and breedable," and you were like, "Hang on, I randomly drew you in a subsuit. Here you go."
I mean, that does sound like me, to be
I
fair.
randomly
That
say-
does sound like you. Second, you don't have to say that chat wanted to be submissive and breedable. You can just say lime.
No, it was chat. It wasn't even lime. It was actually chat. Like,
don't trust
dead
you.
ass.
It's the best one I could find, dear. It's in Secret Talking.
Why does it have a... Alright.
It's the best I could find.
No, you're fine.
Figured you could
I
just...
almost.
I don't have any actual like editing software, right? So I can't like.
No, I'm just
take the
wondering
source
why
code and
they
be like,
made a transparent one with red shadows. I don't understand, but it's fine.
It's from the official Little Caesars website too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a good photo, though. I want those breadsticks.
crazy stick.
You know what? You're holding them with your bottom feet. There you go.
There you go. All right, that works.
You know what a blessing would be to smoke weed and eat breadsticks?
I mean, do it.
Thank you, these are tasty.
Mm-hmm. Go back to staring at your wall, or I'm gonna put you in the fucking cave of Plato. Plato's cave. Allegory of the cave. Again.
Allegory of Plato's gimp.
Will, did you see the allegory of the cave I made for chat at all?
I did not. See
This sounds
really.
very familiar, but I'm not able to
Okay.
picture it. I
Well,
know
we're
I
not-
saw it.
Northeast Lakeview
you know what
College.
Plato's
What
cave
the
is,
fuck
right?
do you want? Our texting number. Okay,
The shadow puppet thing.
whatever. So,
The shadow puppets?
so the allegory of the cave is these people are trapped in a cave and they've been there their whole life, and there's shadows on the wall. So their entire idea of what life is the shadows on the wall. When in reality, if they were unchained or turned around, they would see that it's actually people casting these shadows, and that their reality is different.
Okay, so hang on a second. Back up. What are these people's motivations to cast shadows on the wall?
It's a philosophy
What are-
question.
It's a
that is
philosophy
effectively
question.
like the Matrix.
I'm a little bit.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
just a little bit confused
Literally, it was
here.
these two
like,
images.
what is burning to cause the fire? Give me the lore.
It's just other people.
You're thinking way. You're
And also,
thinking
yeah, you're
too
thinking way too
logically
hard about it.
this. It's a philosophical conundrum.
But it feels
No
like a
think
fine.
only
Listen,
shadows.
if there's one thing that CinemaSins has taught me, it's that I need every background detail to be perfectly explained flat to my face, or else
Uh-huh.
it's invalid.
Mhm.
And if there's one thing that I thought I understood, I thought that y'all enjoyed being fucked with, but you
All
sound
right,
kind of
well,
annoyed about this
let
right
me-
now. So
No,
let
no,
us
no.
know.
You're fine.
No.
We're not
It's
annoyed,
fine.
I promise.
So here's your deep lore, Will.
It's
All
the
right.
joke.
So in ancient Greece, all right, you have a maniacal supervillain who's decided he's going to train people based purely on shadow puppets to see what kind of society he could potentially form out of making them submissible and breedable by tying them into a cave and showing them shadow puppets on the wall, right?
Okay, so here's what I'm confused about. What part of this villain is a metaphor for never change the status quo, which is the best for all of us? Because like that needs to be there for a true Marvel villain.
Like I brought it back around to the cinema sense thing. It's very good, Will.
Oh, fuck. Chat, you
I
can't
don't
just ding all the sins. Fuck.
What's the title of the movie so we can insert that too? Because I always dig that one.
The title of the movie?
Go on.
Yeah, Will. What's the title of the movie? Plato's Hole.
No, definitely not. Hang on. This is gonna take me a couple minutes.
That's okay. You have the time. You have the free time. Go for it.
This is one of those moments I hope nobody clips what I just.
I think it would just be called like Play-Doh,
nuts.
and the trailer would just be like big font, no subtlety.
You'd have the wah sound.
Can we talk about what Lime said?
Play-Doh snot. I like to believe that somewhere a philosophy major is disappointed. Oh my
I
god, you know what the
agree.
post-credit scene is? The post-credit scene is 3,000 years later. Bruce Banner is on an archaeological dig, and he finds a torch in ancient
Oh
Greece.
my fucking god. I hate
And then, like,
that.
I feel like you're missing a chain link fence for some reason. Like I feel like you need like an M Night Shyamalan chain link fence in there. You know what I'm saying?
He like digs a shovel into the earth as the Hulk, and like the ground collapses and reveals a dark, menacing cave, and the camera just kind of slowly zooms in on it while the music swells.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
Why do you hate art, dear?
I'm literally drawing.
So, what? Oh, you know what, dear? I have a game for you to play in June. I have an idea. Holy
Okay.
hell.
Go on.
No, that's all I'm gonna say.
No, I need to know what it is so I
Nope.
can plan for it.
Give me a 6-hour block at some point. I'll even take off work that day.
Can you tell me what it is, Sar?
Apparently you can.
The sound of someone typing menacingly.
Right?
Oh, I don't know why this is a game that we have to hide from them. I also
Because-
don't know what this has to do with the conversation we just had.
Yeah. Well, hold on. It doesn't have anything to do with the conversation we literally just had. So,
Mm-hmm.
does that make more
This
sense?
feels
now?
like a bad idea.
It does, right? That's why we should do it.
Do not trust Sar.
Just explain the thing.
no,
Or
that's
just
true.
message me the thing.
I can't explain Sar's bit, but I want to. I don't think this is a.
Look, dear, you know, one of the
It's
best
such a
things to create content is to be forced to do things you don't like to do.
So you're gonna make them do like 6 hours of the nothing that the game starts with?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We're talking. Just pretend we're talking about like Duck Simulator or something. I don't
No.
know.
Yeah. Duck Simulator 2.0. It's fine. Yeah. Mhm. I will DM you.
Please never do Jackbox ever.
Why?
Oh, that's definitely gonna happen.
I don't trust chat.
I love when chat and me play Jackbox. We've done it before.
Can we at least ban the GIMP suit when Jackbox is
Yes.
happening?
Clack, 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 clack.
Oh. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe. It's a big maybe.
And I promise I would sit in a call with you the whole time. I would do that for that.
Isn't the game super slow to start out with?
And
Is
old
the problem?
and janky as all fuck. Yes, it probably needs mod support to get to a proper resolution, even stream. So yes, there'd be a lot of potential prep, but
I'm not sure I ever got out of the starting
put it-
area.
like the game doesn't like handle modern resolutions like at all. So like your menu on like a 4K display is like 160 pixels by 160 pixels.
Whatever happened to the Star Wars MMO?
It's still out there. It's doing okay. It's stable.
It exists.
Wait, just to be clear, this is different from that, right?
This is that's like the third game in the series. Yeah, basically.
Okay, yes.
Chat, do you know the two things that I hate that most people love?
Um,
Do you know?
joy and compassion.
No.
I think they're the most things I suggested yesterday. So I'm not going to answer. I'm pretty sure I already know.
Sweets? No. Jeff
Is it
Bezos. Most
Marvel?
people hate. One of them is Marvel. Yeah, I despise Marvel. I cannot. I refuse. I don't. Not anymore. Star Wars and Marvel. Yep. Hey.
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 Well, we should play the Avengers game too then.
I swear to God. To be fair, I would probably rather play the Avengers game over the thing you suggested.
Yeah, the thing I suggested, yeah.
Because
That's
of
fair.
how much I dislike the thing you suggested.
Oh, I know.
But that is the point.
Yep.
Mm.
Content would be good.
The Avengers game, another case of those poor developers.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you're making me go down this. Okay, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna pop off because I got stuff to do. I really like the single player, the Avengers game. Highly recommend it. Definitely think you should play it. If you can pick it up for like $5-10 or whatever like that, single player is a good time to get through.
Coming off the store, you can't buy it in a couple months.
You can, but it's physical. There's physical copies.
Yeah, but you know,
Just saying. Right. So I mean, obviously, yes. If you're playing a PC, you need to get it now, right? But if you have a PS4 or PS5 or whatever, there's physical copies floating around, and they're dirt cheap because whatever. But they're like Destiny style looter piece. That's like the post game is like the worst of those I've ever played. It's engineered poorly. The treadmill is very bad. The rewards for doing stuff feels bad. It's not fun to play with people. Initially, everyone had to play different characters. So if you didn't have like the right character maxed out to do content, you couldn't play with your friends theoretically, right? Everything about it was poorly conceived.
Mm-hmm.
But now that the servers are shut down, all the skins are free. So like, hey,
Hey.
no more loot boxes. So
Uh,
that's your upside to like. Oh, and I give them a lot of credit too for making it so their game, they used to will have a server that you connected to do all the multiplayer stuff. They switched it to a peer-to-peer. So even though they're going to stop selling it at some point, anybody who has it can continue to play it and do peer-to-peer multiplayer with their friends. And I give them a lot of credit for not having their game be another one of these live service games that just disappears, like Babylon's Fall, for instance, right? So,
Huh.
like
I'm
their
sorry,
last.
I got distracted reading industry rumors. What's up?
I was just saying that the Avengers game, the other nice thing they did is when they shut their stuff down, they did it in a way that left people being able to play it together. That's all.
Yeah, I heard about that. Very
time to
sweet.
fix my fuck up. Cool.
Oh no, what happened?
The sketch is added to the other layers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I wonder if I could tolerance it out. I probably could.
And this is why you're a good artist, because you would have thought to do that.
I
I'd have been removing pixel by pixel.
sorry, shut the fuck up.
Just saying, that's what I would have done to solve that, right? Zoom in as close as you can, one pixel at a time. Dupe.
Like you,
Dupe.
The
Okay.
way you phrase that, the first thing I think is like digging a tunnel for a railroad. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. You're over here using the giant fucking like machine that lays the track as it's drilling the tunnel or whatever, and I'm over here with a pickaxe. Just
Why is chat so sad, dear?
Because they need to like just have emotions sometimes. It's okay.
I mean, the consensus in chat is Marvel and Star Wars suck, so I mean, it's not that.
Yeah.
I like both of those things, chat, by the way. Just
Or
Star Wars more than Marvel, I think.
sequel films. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I got a lot of mixed feelings about where they are, where they're going right now.
Gwen called me a bottom because you naming the commission file of me and her together a key smash. Mm-hmm. The hilarious thing is
I had to like take 5 seconds to gather up my energy just so that I didn't say like the most demeaning southern honey that I could manage. I had to stop myself.
Oh, hun. Wow. Bless your heart.
Look, if there's one thing I know about Lime from the art that she's commissioned, it's that
They're a bottom?
they're not a bottom, but
God, I'm sorry. So there's this VTuber that I've been watching or interested in. And they're a PNG tuber. But I just want to show you this fucking person.
do you think there's ever been joke art of someone saying they Switch so someone uses their boobs as joysticks to play a Switch game?
Maybe. Okay, this is a lot, but him, kind of in general, is just dripping with fucking aesthetic, and it's so good.
There's something very funny about the fact that he's just kind of sitting there. Like, I assume they're away from keyboard.
No, they're not.
But-
They're talking.
Are they?
They're a PNG tuber.
Okay, yes. Okay, it took a moment.
Yeah.
I just assumed I didn't see their mouth was moving. So I just something about them just sitting there motionless, like a mouth slightly agape, was incredibly funny to me.
Fair.
Like, it's a good PNG tuber. I'm not here to criticize that. I just got confused because it was so well detailed. I thought it was a 3D model.
Mm-hmm. How does chat? Why? I forget why there's a beans emotion.
Beans?
Can of beans.
Can of beans.
Is that chat holding a can of beans, or is
I
that
don't
a
know.
can of beans except with chat's face on it?
See, I imagined like a kitten with the beans, but
I'm imagining, you know, the Animorphs transformations?
yes,
That's what I'm picturing.
into a can of beans.
I want one of those transitional animations where like they just morph into a can of beans.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Excuse me for 1 second. I'm
You're
back.
fine. You're allowed to sneeze.
Are you okay, Will?
No,
Sounds like,
I'm off. I'm off work for the day sick.
sounds like you're getting worse, is my point, more than anything.
I mean, yeah, if they're not taking medication or otherwise, they're probably getting worse, but that's just how kind of sick works. So, you know.
Pat will.
I do have
Pat.
2 meetings today I need to show up at.
Do you have to talk in them?
No.
That's good.
That's good.
I don't have to show up at them, but I want to show up at them.
Most of my meetings I have to present in, so running reports and all that good stuff beforehand, you know.
Can't imagine being sick. Weird how that works.
I'm still mad that you can't pet the goddamn dog in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sorry. I know it's out of nowhere again.
At this point, it's so much of a like thing that I don't care anymore.
Okay.
Oh my god, I could
It
be
feels
playing
like
Tears of the
it's,
Kingdom right now.
It feels like bait, basically.
Well, I was reading an article about from the developers why they didn't do it, right? And it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense, but it's still like, come on.
Wait, they gave logic as to why they didn't add petting in the dog?
So every single feature, every single thing they added that Link can do, animation, etc., whatever, is utilized multiple times throughout the game.
Yeah.
And they couldn't figure out another thing they could use that for.
I'm confused. Wasn't petting the dog in Breath of the Wild?
No.
No. You can give them snacky.
Yeah, and they lead you to treasure.
Yeah, and they do that in this game. Spoilers.
Petting your horse is a thing, yeah.
Well, petting your horse was always a thing. Or unless you're talking about something other than the soothe animation.
The soothe animation, though, is like very specific on the back of the horse.
Yeah. And that's never used anywhere else, Nintendo. Explain yourself there, huh?
It's used on other horses.
I mean, the throw animation for weapons isn't used
It is when you use, like, throw
anywhere
items.
else, I think. I don't know.
You throw items.
Your items does it, yeah. Same animation.
Got him!
Good job, dear. You finally got him. It only took, how long have you known Will?
A horse, but I haven't found stables yet.
Oh no.
Very
Most of them are
desperate to
back where
find
they
a stable
were in the
so I can
original
put
one.
Nightshade
I always go to the one.
with the respect that they
You
deserve.
named your horse Nightshade? It's very cute of a name.
They haven't named it yet because they haven't brought it to a stable, technically.
Well, got him!
Technically speaking.
So anyway, how long have you known Will, Sar?
Me? I don't know. How long have I known Will?
Anyway,
How long have I known you?
Oh my god, fucking. Hang on.
he had to go figure out how long it was.
You got one of those calendars that's like the entirety of like the Earth's history as like
Yeah.
a calendar, right?
Mhm.
And they're looking at the seconds on the, last day or whatever that humanity's existed to see exactly where,
Have to find their Venus sign on top of everything.
Yep. Pulling out the old calculus book and blowing off the dust to
Yeah. Got to find out exactly where it was aligned that day. At what geographical point in the galaxy.
right, compared to Pluto, because that was still a reference point back then.
Mm-hmm. I like how he's still not back.
I was gonna leave like 10 minutes ago and I'm still here, god damn it.
I like when you're here.
Well, I appreciate that, thank you.
Talk to me, bitch.
No.
Oh.
So I was trying to think of the right way to respond to that because it was like a very deliberate commandy thing, right? It's like, okay, hold on a second. Especially the chat arguing about the difference between swish and verse and the
Yeah.
other things or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's
okay,
true.
wait. Now Deer's issuing me commands. No. That's the answer.
Does chat get a blanket? What type of cozy is chat? That's the question I have.
They should get one of those like really fluffy throws, or like one of those knit ones, but like with the 30 gauge
A
yarn,
Snuggie!
right?
Fuck!
Oh my god, Snuggie.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about, the 30 gauge.
Yeah. Where you can like finger knit them. Yeah, you gotta finger knit it,
Yeah.
You don't use needles or toys, you use your
Go on.
fingers. Use your fingers.
Yeah. I love fingering my blanket.
They have classes where they
The
teach you how to
music
finger your
playing, by the
blankets.
way, makes this fantastic of a conversation.
What is playing right now? I can't even. Oh God. Oh goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there goes my soul.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye.
Oh, my oldest was watching one of the
If you're about to say my VODs.
no, well, but whatever. But no, specifically they were watching the Kingdom Hearts Barry video
Mm-hmm.
and was pausing frame on every one of the variants of Donald and Goofy, by the way.
Good.
And like enjoying your work effectively.
Good.
Specifically, they had apparently never caught that they were different in like every like
Mhm.
scene effectively, right?
Not all of them are mine, but I do appreciate.
Many of them there were, right?
Yeah, a lot of them were. I mean, we could just skip through it and show you.
I mean, the really goofy ones are the ones I'm referring to, right?
I made
Where,
the
like,
very
there's
very
one-
anime one. I made.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I'm back.
We're doing this
there's-
now. Hi.
There's like the beach ball one, right?
Hello.
That one too, I think.
We're skimming through a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts
Welcome.
to say what's up.
I mean, it's a good video. I used to use it to fall asleep. It's what inspired my Final Fantasy 14 notes.
I drew
Oh my
that
God.
background. That Winnie the Pooh is one of my favorite things I fucking ever drew in this
Yeah, that's
video.
great.
Which Winnie the Pooh?
Hold on. Yeah. This one.
I'm waiting for the stream.
That one.
They don't know what's going on.
Did not draw them. I mean, I did most of the background, so there's that. Did not draw them. That's still Barry's Donald and Goofy. Didn't draw them. Did I draw them? Hold on. I think I did.
Yeah, I think you did too.
I think I did. Oh yeah, I drew them. Those are some of my favorites out there.
Yep. That's those. Yep.
There's yep.
Yep.
Ah. I still love the really, really attractive Loxus.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, why is he like super rendered? And then Barry just doesn't acknowledge it. The shit covered thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see the ball one. That's what I was talking about, right? This is the fucking
So-
ball.
Yeah, I did draw Luxord. I also drew all the things in the background generally that were the extra Disney characters. But so I believe I was watching a video of fuck, I forget what it is. It's the game that was really emotional, but you're literally just a square.
Thomas was alone.
Yes, Thomas Was Alone. I was watching something about that, and that's why I drew them as like a long cylinder in a circle.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, then all of the and those two. I think Barry hated these the most personally.
Yeah, no, those were great.
And then there's all of this.
didn't know you drew all this.
There's more. There's more Donald and Goofy.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, I drew these guys and I was like, Barry, can you animate them? And he was like, yup. Oh shit. Oh, I believe I drew the motorcycle and made it Goofy. For no reason, by the way. It just is.
Great.
Yeah, it's Goofy. There it is. Ah, shit.
Sometimes you just need to give people leave to be silly. Sometimes,
That's all the
you should
Minecraft.
probably be less silly.
No! I will never be less silly. I like being. There he is! There he is!
A goat.
Why is Luxord so fully rendered? Because he's weirdly really hot compared to all the other characters.
Makes sense to me.
That's the only reason. Oh, shit. I drew most of the princesses.
I don't
drew
know
the
why you would
shards.
need a second reason, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah.
It was still impressive as all hell that he got that one person to do the princesses.
Oh,
for the
100%.
video. Like, holy shit. She's so great, too, to follow on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Thicky Mickey's in here somewhere. I do really like the little things that I got to add to this. So, like, Barry just asked me to show him, like, Metroided with a menu, and I was like, okay. And so I added, like, hunger, bladder, pockets, smarts, dumbs. Like, I didn't have to, but I could, and I did.
That's very good.
Also, all the I forgot I put in hidden Mickeys. Shit, I forgot I put in the hidden Mickeys. God damn it.
I'm so fucking stupid.
Yeah? Why?
No, not you. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Just Tears of the Kingdom stuff. How many hidden Mickeys are there?
They're mostly in backgrounds, and they're mostly in the next video. Good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah,
There's like a couple in this one, but then like in the next one, there's a bunch. It's a really good fill. And then hold on, I'm just gonna slow it down because we're at the end anyway.
Yeah, we got the best one coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, Chad, if you're interested in seeing you uncensored.
There you go. This Donald personally. This Donald personally I love. His one stick leg.
What is he thinking? The answer is nothing.
The answer is up and
I
down.
asking.
How, for whatever reason, me drawing all of this. Oh, shit. It was just. And then I got to design. I got to design the King of Red Lions guy. But also, I got to design the pointy anime-haired protagonist. There's a little dudes I drew, actually. I don't know which one is my favorite. I really like Tigger. I really like the goat.
I like your Tifa a lot.
I, of course, put Zack in there, even though Zack does not show up in any of the games.
Galifianakis?
Yes. They're all very good. Yeah, and then I got to design the anime character protagonist whose hair pointifies and saves the world. Which was...
I mean, who could be a more important character?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, we're gonna have so much fucking time in June that, like, we could just rewatch whatever the fuck we want. Like, it's fine. We'll just have a day. Zach is in the PSP game.
That's fair.
Oh,
But
shit,
as I
he
said,
is.
Like, all the ones that they weren't like the original OG models, right? Were ones you had done throughout the entire thing. So I was right to tell them that all the other ones were you. So
Yeah.
circling back around this
No,
conversation.
you're good. I'm trying to think of what color blanket to give Chad.
Wow, Deer's incredible.
Fuck off.
You tell my 13-year-old.
Can it be a Snuggie?
Huh? Snuggies are terrible.
They're A, terrible, and B, would take up the entire possum, sadly.
Okay, false. I'm willing to maybe believe you when you say that, like, Snuggie brand Snuggies are terrible. But as a concept, blankets with arms are fucking great.
Oh, I don't disagree.
I don't like them. I feel too, like, constricted in them.
I think that when a character has a blanket on it, it's very important that the blanket wrap around their neck fully. That's my full opinion.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, those are just robes. Go to Caesar's and just borrow a few, you know?
Robes are great.
Chet, you have some fantastic eyeliner, by the way, can I just say? Let's see. What if I just do this very lazy and it's silly?
I think that makes sense for a blanket emote or whatever, right? Emotion. Okay. I'm gonna go do the things I need to do now. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. We'll sure to keep you company.
Are they? I feel like they're gonna leave me and I'm gonna be sad.
I'm sorry, what was happening? I wasn't paying attention.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was holding a big group of explosive barrels and then stepped off a ledge. And when you step off a ledge, you let go of whatever you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
The barrels hit the ground first. There was nothing I could do.
You're fine.
So there's been two really, really bad goofs that I feel like if I'm vague enough, I can share about that kind of stuff.
Just try to be vague. That's all I ask.
I know. I was building something and I was trying to gain some elevation with it, and it hit a tree on the way up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went one way and the creation went the other way.
Yeah. Sounds
So that
about
was
right.
really terrifying, right?
I mean, I had my upset day yesterday where I made like a full-on paddle boat to get across a thing. And by paddle boat, I mean not that kind of paddle boat. I mean like a
Like
Louisiana river
steamboat. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but everybody else might not.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So this thing. So literally, like, attach the thing, it's a paddle, it would work, right? Like, it technically works. It's fine, it works. Everything works about it, great. Because there was a current, it didn't go anywhere, and Max literally turned it horizontal and put it, like, on the side of the thing I was making, and it just went, and I was very upset.
Oh no.
I even angry tweeted about it and told him that, and he's like, yeah, no, that's fair. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I wanted to make a boat. Took my fucking boat from me.
And then the other one I did was there was a puzzle in one of the shrines, and rather than doing it the intended way, I just built the longest column I could.
Oh, I do that
and
a lot.
dropped it in front of the thing. And my middle child is like, I wonder if the people in the shrine saw what you were doing. They're like, no, you're cheating. You can't do that. That's not fair.
I mean, that's what feels kind of nice about this is because they made Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Like, it literally is that, right?
Yeah.
It literally is, but, like, good.
Yeah. Because it has all the quality of life stuff
yes,
you need to make it work,
100%.
which I don't want to get into, obviously, but quality of life
We'll
stuff's
talk
good
about
shit.
it. We'll talk about it in
Find that
June.
shit.
We'll talk about it in June.
Yeah.
We'll have a day where it's just spoilers of fucking Tears of the Kingdom. But like, there is no wrong way to do things, right? You can do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. Breath of the Wild was okay with it. Like, there were situations where, like, yeah, magnetism wouldn't solve every problem, right? But there was something that you could do to solve it and make it work out.
Yeah. And I've commented many times before that one of the things I loved about Breath of the Wild is, like, so many times I was like, I wonder if this will work, and then it does, right, in Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And Tears of the Kingdom takes that to the next level, which is why when I saw, like, I think it was the second gameplay trailer, I was sold, right?
Yeah.
Before that, I was nervous that they were going to go the other direction and restrict what you could do, and being like, no, we're going to give you more tools to just do whatever the fuck you want. I'm like, I'm here for this.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
There's so many janky fucking creations that I've made that have worked that I'm just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was that, Will? Will? Will's dead. I'm sorry, everyone. Will's dead.
I think Polarish knows the exact shrine I'm talking about. Anyway.
So Will's dead. Never
Oh,
to be
no.
So
seen. Go on.
I will turn you two up so that I'm able to hear you better.
You were saying
Oh, are you-
something before.
You're very Tears of the Kingdom right now. I got you.
Yeah. I was saying that I never watched any Tears of the Kingdom trailers, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah.
I've managed to dodge everything so far.
So there's two things that you may have missed if you haven't, but we can circle back on that later, Will.
Yeah, it's fine.
I had to Google two things.
Go on.
I was very careful to make sure I finished like the whole tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's two interactions that I would not have thought of trying on my own without seeing some of the PR stuff from Nintendo, basically.
Do me a favor.
Right?
Message me what you're talking about. I don't remember.
All right, one second.
For me, I'm just, I don't know. I'm still annoyed that everyone's acting like this is innovational and shit. It's really not. Like, everything that they've done before. They just put it together with other stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm not like full on like Tears of the Kingdom was the best game ever. For instance, I think Breath of the Wild's opening is a lot stronger than Tears of the Kingdom's opening.
Way stronger.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like I haven't gotten deep enough into it to really have. Oh my god, that's so cute.
It's like
I
sorry.
feel like I haven't gotten deep enough into it to like test out the depth of it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not say anything because like
No, you're fine.
I don't know if
get it.
anyone else has done the not watch any trailers thing.
For me, I've seen a lot of these things before, like putting stuff together, and then the like reversing time and stuff. Like that's all, you know, stuff.
Oh, yeah, I
that
can
we've
do
seen
that.
before. Yes, that's when I forget too. Don't worry.
You should do that more. Well, that's one of my tips, basically.
Yeah, but like I don't know. It bothers me that everyone's like, it's so innovational. It's like, no, this has been done before.
See, I don't.
You just think it's good because it's polished.
Yeah, so I don't.
I mean,
feel
to
like
be
it's
fair, do you know
innovational.
how hard it is to polish this shit?
No,
Well,
I
that's
know,
why it
I
took
understand
4 years
that.
or whatever, right?
But like, indie devs have also done stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
But like, no one like praised the fuck out of them when their shit came out.
So for me, it's and the thing is, I haven't done any of the plot yet, right? So for me, what's ultimately going to determine like where this game lands and like my love of Zelda or whatever, right, is going to be pretty much purely on what it does from a narrative perspective, right?
That's fair.
And I'm excited because it sounds like this game has a much more meaty narrative than the previous game, right? Again, just generally speaking, I've not touched almost any of it, so I can say that without feeling like I'm spoiling anything, right? That said,
I remember.
one of the things I loved about Breath of the Wild was just that freedom of like when you're approaching puzzles and stuff like that and having the different ways to do it and different ways to approach it, those things, whatever like that. And this is a very logical expansion upon that with the tool set and stuff that it gives you. And I'm having such a great time with like just how am I going to get from here to there and stuff like that and all the funny, stupid ways you can just make that navigation happen.
I need to get to my friend.
Yeah, those are...
Sends him to space. Anyway, my biggest one, I think one of the biggest one, 100% Roddy. I like the crucifixion ones, personally.
I'm sorry.
The crucifixions.
The ones where you take like two sticks and you stick the core up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make a crucifixion. So for me, the only thing that's pissing me off, I'm gonna try to say this in the least spoilery way possible. You go into a shrine, all right?
Okay.
And it's like, hey, this is how you do the thing. This is how you use your controls. After an hour, 3 hours of playing the game, 20 hours of playing the game, you still find these shrines telling you how to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I hate it so fucking much, and I can't skip through it, and it's infuriating.
That was one of the things I commented on when because I did like the opening on stream, right? And how much more they're worried about people like not figuring certain things out.
Yeah.
Whereas the previous game was much more just like
Go
good luck,
ahead, have
bitches.
fun.
Have fun, right?
Yeah.
And that was a down for me as well, where I'm like, whatever. But yeah, you're 100% right. Where especially if you go like the quote unquote wrong direction from like the intended path, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit those things later. I've had that happen as well, where it's like, this is a mechanic from the first game that you're rehashing, and I'm
Cool.
70 hours in. Thank you.
Thanks. I know how to use my sword. Thank you. Thank you. I know how to sword. Thank you. I don't know. It's very frustrating that like they're very. You don't know how to play the game, so here you go.
100%. Now I gotta say, I try to think of the best way to explain this without spoiling it. Those one physics puzzles you find all over the place, though, I find very enjoyable every time I stumble across one.
I don't disagree.
Okay, thank you. They're
Especially when I realized you can reverse time on it, and it still counts.
dumb. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't thought of trying that. That's interesting. Okay.
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Good.
I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Good.
good. You should
That
try
means
to
I'm
not
being
have any
vague
idea.
enough. Right. Cool. All right. Makes me feel good.
Are you sure you know how to shoot a bow? Are you sure though? Are you sure
Yeah.
though?
Those are the ones I came across recently, were the 2 bow ones, and I'm like, thanks. Luckily, I came
game.
across them back to back, so I was like, okay, at least I got them out of the way now.
Yeah, I can't do them. I get infuriated every time I have them, and I just like start making fun of the fucking game for it.
Well, you should. Like, it's dumb.
It is.
Like, overall, I think the shrines have been good. But
there
those
were
ones-
shrines in the previous one.
I know, but I was trying to. So one of those things that like Nintendo didn't talk about it, and for me, like I love the shrines the first game. I was really excited when I saw they were in the second game, but none of their PR talked about it. Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I was trying to be respectful.
I don't remember who I mentioned this to. Oh, it was last night when my friends were playing through it and I was sitting on the couch with them. But I think it's very funny and good that they're still named shrines,
But they
even though they're like,
Yeah.
in terms of like canon, something completely like they function as shrines. They're just shrines.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so thankful that they just didn't rename it, because if they did any other name, everyone would just call them shrines.
Mm-hmm. 100%. I don't know. I just it's just little things like that that are bothering me. But as someone who did all of the shrines in Breath of the Wild like an idiot, and ruined the game for me, I quite enjoy that there's not a whole lot of combat like puzzle stuff, because that's what killed it for me with the other one, with Breath of the Wild.
Well, and the ones there are interesting.
Yes.
Right? They're not okay. You have the most powerful weapon in the game. Go face stop this thing.
Yes.
Right.
I feel
Without
like
spoiling what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Heard streamer go 5 minutes without talking about Tears of the Kingdom challenge. Impossible.
Will Killy has.
I'm the guy who
gifted
brought
you-
it up. What's up?
Killy has gifted you in chat a
Oh my god.
What? What am I looking at? Hang on. Oh my god!
I love it. I love it. Here, your chat. There you go. Oh, that's fantastic, Kelly. Thank you.
Objectively perfect.
Objectively, there's nothing could be better.
chat. What step of the morph are you?
Oh no, it worked.
This one. I'm this one, right
Yeah,
here.
this one. That one right there.
The third one.
Third one. Yeah, I feel that.
This game is so fucking clever. Do you just...
Are you sure you're not the clever one and you're just using the mechanics correctly?
No, because they set something up in such a way that's perfectly funny, and I love it.
Hmm.
What the? Don't worry about it. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I
need-
won't
need to
turn the
go-
entire stream into Will freaks out about Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but doesn't talk about it.
Well, right. That's the thing is, I have a lot of thoughts personally.
That's why
but
I
a
said
lot of
in
it,
June we
it's
can
on the
talk about
list.
it. We'll set a day and everyone can come in and talk about Tears of the
That
Kingdom.
would be great. Can't wait. Fun. By that time, I'll be playing Diablo 4.
Hmm.
You can complain about
By that
Blizzard
time-
again.
By that time, I'll be I'll be dead.
Woo!
Will, don't die, please.
You can't tell me what to do.
I need to see you continue to crush,
Erosia?
scores in Neon White.
Oh.
And yeah.
I haven't played Neon White in like a couple months.
Well, I assume that's because you knocked, Tom off the leaderboard, right?
God, I put a lot of effort into topping Tom. I don't remember how far I got.
I mean, who wouldn't?
What's up, dear?
I don't know if this is spoiler. I don't think it is. Here. There you go. Yes, Nicole knows it.
I'm literally doing 2 streams with Nicole.
Yeah.
Like this week.
Yeah.
Worst part is I looked at that and my mind immediately went, I could do that. That's something we could make happen.
Uh-huh. That's a sleepy chat.
Wait.
Yeah? Well, did you also just have that realization?
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I can't turn the entire, because I can't talk about it, but like I can't turn the entire stream into Will goes like I'm fucking King Kai in Dragon Ball Z, where it's just like oh
Man, Taka's good.
Damn it, I want tacos.
I
And on that note,
Fine, goodbye.
I miss them.
They never leave, actually, in reality.
Jesus Christ, this game is so fucking clever.
Chat, how you feeling? How you feeling with the sleepy? Sleepy? I could always add the anime ass. Sweepy.
I enjoy that chat is cozy.
Same.
I look at them and I'm like, yes, they deserve a nap. Pat pat.
Some sleepy bubbles, yeah.
Simply let them rest. They've worked very hard.
Being horny.
Now, hang on. Okay, so we can deal with the crimes later. Right now, we are simply letting them rest. Doesn't Star have a child that they need to go take care of?
It was very tearing being
Like,
so
I get that
submissive
we're
and
basically
breathing.
supervising X odd children in the chat, but like,
I mean, maybe. I'd say like mostly children. There's probably like 1 or 2 teenagers in there.
that's the sub badges. It's just the longer you sub for, the older you are. Oh no, my god. Oh my god, dear. I only say this because I know that you could never do this.
What?
But imagine sub badges, except the further sub badges you are, the more filled out the gimp suit is.
God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. Sam's good. He's asleep in the other room right now, but I could go get him if we wanted. Okay.
You saying
so-
goddamn it about the Zelda meme, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
The fucking fire dick.
God bless human creativity. I'm just saying, if we look at the stats, technically the first dick was made in Tears of the Kingdom before it came out, since it got leaked.
Yes.
There was a, oh my god, do you think that... We have nipple percent in Mario. Why can't Link have dick percent? You know?
You know, you're not wrong.
I wish I was, but I simply speak the truth. Oh my god, you clever.
Oh, hold on. Let me see where Sammy is. Real quick. Maybe you could get a vote or something.
I miss Sammy. Hi, chat. It's just me now. Why are we talking about Fire Dick? Oh. Hi. So the Eldarian Warhammer 40k. Oh god, I can't laugh.
That took longer than expected because I wanted to snuggle my dog. So, one second. So this is...
I also wish I could snuggle
This
Sammy.
is
The story
not
of a
the thing
girl.
I want to show you. I don't know where my webcam is. Cool. Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you, Gabe. Can I have my webcam, please? Why is my webcam not plugged in? Hello? Webcam?
Aloha.
Hi, Will. I can still hear you.
Well, that's good. I'm so curious
Okay.
about what exactly the plan is going to be for oh it's Deer.
Yes, hi. So, this is a cow hoof, filled with chicken and gravy. Just as a heads up.
A cow hoof? That never occurred to me as a possibility. Oh my god, look how big Sammy is!
Mm-hmm. He's 35 pounds now.
Oh my god! I don't remember what breed Sammy is, I'm sorry.
Old-time Scotch Collie.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for a follow.
Yeah, he is still baby, but he is very big baby.
He is a grown-ass man.
Pretty much at this point.
Or I guess he's just a grown-ass baby.
Spree is foof.
Scotch Collies can get up to 70, 80 pounds max, but he's supposed to be small for his species, so we'll see.
I love him. That's all that matters.
Ah! Anyway. Adorable college dropout. No, he's gonna go to college! He's gonna go to college!
Can you be a college dropout when you haven't gone to college yet?
Yes, actually. Whenever I first applied to college, it was for an art degree, and it was in like 2016, I want to say, or something. And I applied, and I got in, and then I just left. So, yes, you can. Speaking of, I really need to know if I can take the fucking TSI at home or not. They still haven't messaged me back. I hate that.
What's TSI?
So TSI is a Texas state assessment basically that's like, hey, what level of your math do you have to go to college? It's like what you take for, it's like the SAT, but when you don't take the SAT and you didn't take it in high school and you're now out of high school.
I have to remind myself that I have a minor in math because I'm not good at math. I just had to take enough math classes that I was able to get a minor.
Yeah. Did you pay anything? Nope. That's part of why I dropped out, because my parents. So this might make you hate my parents, chat, a little bit more. But so we had a situation where my parents were like, "Hey, your child can get a scholarship if they submit their portfolio." And I was like, "Okay, cool, sick." And so I made a portfolio and I gave it to my parents to submit to the person, and then they just kind of forgot. So we never got the scholarship. So I never got the scholarship to go to college, meaning I had to like not go to college. That's it.
That's what
the whole thought.
that's what the kids these days call a big oof.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
If Sam had a portfolio, what would it be?
Birds. He loves
Birds?
He loves birds.
Like drawings of birds or just like
Watching birds. Like he would take pictures of birds.
Okay. When you said watching birds, I thought you were implying for a second that his entire portfolio would just be him, like a video of him sitting in the grass watching some birds.
No. Here, chat. Now
I
you're
would
sleepy.
watch Sam watch birds.
It's fair. Yeah, it's fair, Roddy. Anyway, I'm gonna go back over here. I'm also gonna bring up Sam here. There he is. And so you can watch him while I do stuff.
The boy.
Oh boy.
I miss my dog.
Go pet your dog.
No, he's on the other side of the country.
I thought you were gonna say on the other side, and I was like, oh shit, sorry. I don't know if he can fit in the shelf. Probably? Probably, but not well. Okay. Did I
Okay.
fucking stutter? Go pet your dog.
I do love my dog, and I miss my dog. And what the fuck? Oh no. I should stream Tears the King.
Yeah?
No, right now, just in general.
I keep thinking about it, and then I'm like, no, nobody would come watch me right now, and I'm just like,
It did occur to me that, like, there's some benefit to, as much as I adore for the gag of it, that Dan did like an 80-hour stream or something. He's already been Tears the Kingdom. There's something
Which
to
one,
be
Dan?
said about fucking just like waiting a week before you start your stream, so that like the audience has time to like play the game. But then again, if you wait a week, then you get less engagement.
yeah. It's a whole fight.
It's a whole fight. I'll fight. You want to fight?
I mean, I love fighting. I'll fight you.
Put up your fists.
Which
I'm
which
gonna
one,
fuck-
Xanary? Sorry, I'm just blanking for the moment. And okay. It's me punching you
What
in the
just
face.
happened?
I punched you in the face.
Oh,
Yeah,
I liked my face.
too bad.
Did you apply makeup with your punches?
Maybe.
I'm beautiful. Thank you. I'm also bleeding, but like that just makes it hotter.
It's like a rouge. It's fine.
Yeah. There is a character in Final Fantasy XIV who's not a major character at all, but he does. He's the guy who gives you haircuts, and he does like attack you to give you a haircut.
Fantastic.
The whole thing. I don't think I would be capable of fighting someone. Like the toll of it.
I mean, I would fight dirty as fuck, to be fair. I have no issue with that. Like, if you're gonna beat the shit out of me, like, I'm not fist fighting you. I will beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's a problem. Is that like I'm 6'2", but I did like 15 sit-ups last night and felt mildly sick. So like, it's all me doing my best, but my best could use some work.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday.
I appreciate chat's anime eyes.
I do too. They want it to be anime uwu, so I'm making them an anime uwu.
Ooh. Wow.
Can we talk on Twitch about the lewd version of chat that got made?
Which one?
I have to go.
What?
What do you mean, which one?
I'm saying which version of lewd chat was lewd. I'm
Senpai,
confused.
are you taking chat
The
today by
possum
you
chat.
all?
Yeah.
You woo.
It was posted in your Discord.
Oh, I haven't seen this then.
Oh. You should look at Doodle Dungeon.
Hold on. I had to scroll through a lot. Hold on.
It's okay. It's a lot to deal with emotionally.
Oh! Oh! Oh, you know? You know?
Don't stop. Hang on. Think about what you're about to say.
You know?
Is it necessary? Is it kind?
It's lovely. I would fuck them.
I don't think you could show that on stream.
Yeah, you can. Why? Nipples are covered. Who gives a fuck? I personally, I'm here for this. I'm here for this personally. Hold on. I'm gonna pin this to the fucking.
So, you know, when you do your date night with chat, you use something to represent chat.
Oh, it's not. Never mind. I should remove that from my fan art. Then, I thought it was drawn. 1 second. I'll still pin it, but I thought it was drawn. Never mind.
Oh, is that AI generated?
No, it was already drawn somewhere. It's someone else's art, basically. I mean, I would. I would. I still would. Chat can have mommy milkers if they want.
I'm sorry.
Chat can have mommy milkers if they want.
Okay, what if I want my sanity back?
You can have that. That's fine.
Okay, thanks. Just double checking.
No problem. Yeah, shared by the not artist, basically.
Okay.
Chat, you're very uwu.
Daddy Dilkers!
Fuck. Thank you, Diz. Potentially, yes.
Hey. Okay. The benefit of being in this chat is that I'll get such a headache that I'll get to take another sick day tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm glad to help. Then you get to play more Tears of the Kingdom.
Then I get to play more Tears of the Kingdom.
Exactly.
Someone did take off. I know one person who took off time from work on Friday, last Friday, to play Tears of the Kingdom.
That's perfectly normal in my opinion.
And I don't know if there was more than the normal amount of people calling in sick.
I mean, maybe.
Oh dear, you just helped me solve a puzzle with something you said like an hour ago.
Oh yeah? What did I do? Was it an aircraft carrier?
No, you just mentioned the fact that I can turn back time on stuff.
Back in time, back time.
Chat, you're so cute. What the fuck?
Look at them. They got little blushy.
Mm-hmm. Chat, you're so fucking cute. Hold on, I need to give you a hoagie.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, the hair. Okay.
And a hago.
Now you see, this is where I have issues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm surprised that doesn't already exist, to be honest.
Honestly. There you go, chat. You're so anime. Yes, you need a hago, exactly. Sammy, did you seriously already finish? Okay, no, you didn't. You're almost done though. Jesus Christ. I'd love a hoagie, yeah. Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
When you hear when I mentioned how good cheese and coffee is, what?
Cheese and coffee's
I only started drinking coffee recently.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of surprising for a Seattle person.
Yeah, trust me, my family very much wanted me. Well, my family's not from Seattle, but it was very insistent that I start drinking coffee at some point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I made a joke to my mom that I started drinking coffee just for Mother's Day.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, no, I just never got into coffee, but now I just need to start drinking it because I had trouble staying awake at work.
I should probably... I hate the idea of this. I should probably not drink coffee or energy drinks for the next week or two, so I can use them in June and get back to where I am with waking up with them, but I don't want to.
I don't wake up with them. I just stop myself from falling asleep in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Happy birthday to Zanley's mom!
Happy birthday!
My mom actually
anyone
got
get
her flowers today for Mother's Day.
Neat. I got my mom some flags because her children are spreading over the continent.
Mm.
So I'm like, here you go. Here's a reminder that everyone left.
Jesus. Chat, what emotion do you want to feel right now? Is it anime or no? Because currently you're just being sleepy pilled. And you have too many blankets on you, I realize. Oh god.
There's no such thing. How dare you?
Hold on, I also need to get rid of your joint.
Mom, what the fuck? Sorry. Dad, what the fuck?
I was gonna say, thank you. Thank you. I'm not feeling manic? Holy shit.
Why don't you
Chat,
why don't you just give chat a little oh god. Why don't you just give chat a little switch so that they can play Zelda?
Ooh. Maybe.
Do not say cum-brained. No. I was so distraught I didn't see the cutscene I was supposed to be watching.
Okay. The next one would be... I did this one. We did this one. I still don't know what beans is.
As an emotion?
Yeah.
It's them showing the beans. I don't understand what the question is.
One second. I'm just gonna. What kind of beans? When I say beans, what kind of beans do you think of?
I think of toe beans, like on Sammy.
If you think of edible beans, what kind of beans do you think of?
Black beans, I guess.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Looking up a can of beans.
Okay. I don't know why you would. We already made the perfect chat beans.
Hmm. Pencil. There we go. Hi, Chungus. How are you?
You know, every Deer stream is really just a horror game.
Why?
Because I don't know what you're doing with these beans, and I'm scared to find out.
I'm gonna put cat in a can of beans.
Like as a hot tub, or like on the label?
Like their head is poking out of a can of beans.
Okay.
Like a little hamster when they fit into like little spaces that like you're like, how do you fit in there? You know?
Chat is doing its fucking best.
I am due. I'm just trying to get stuff done before June, so I am due. Are you done,
You
Sam?
say it, Sammy.
Are you done eating? He's done eating. I probably should paint over the advertising.
It's a very interesting question of what is Deer brand beans.
Yeah, it'd be the question, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, when you jump off a sky island,
Mm-hmm.
you should be very careful where you land.
Yes. You gotta soak in them. You gotta. You can't not soak in the beans.
They look so happy,
Exactly.
so peaceful.
Listen, if you were soaking in a can of beans, you probably would be, too.
I would be happy.
Mhm.
I'm always happy when I'm in a Deer stream, though.
Oh. That's weird, because it seems like you always get a headache and or go into a mild panic attack.
Two things can be true at once.
That's fair.
Now I get to go through the panicked realization that I have no idea where the fuck my horse is.
Call it.
I didn't register it.
Ah! Well then.
I'm just gonna hope that he's a good boy and he stayed. Yay, he stayed exactly where I left him.
What kind of beans do we have, Chad? That's the question.
Toe beans?
What kind of can of beans
Can
do
you
we have?
label it as... Can you label the beans as toe beans and not have it be implicitly sexual?
No, not really.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hi, Roddy.
Hello.
Roddy, what kind of beans do I have in my chat?
I have no idea.
Buddy, if you had to describe yourself as a one bean, what type of bean would it be?
I wouldn't know. I don't have enough versatility with beans.
Pork and beans.
Surely work on your beans then.
I mean, it's not a big bean guy.
What about cool beans?
I mean, that is an option to be like, this is, Chad's cool beans.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Roddy?
Chat's adorably cool. I do.
I'm okay. Annoyed. I'm waiting for a phone call that was supposed to come in at 1:30. It's now 2:15.
I love those.
What? Are they in the same time zone as you?
It shouldn't matter. It's scheduled for my time zone.
Huh?
All right, let's
It's
try to
for a
make this
doctor's appointment to refill medication.
psychiatrist or no?
Nah, acid reducers.
I hope it comes in soon at least. That's my psychiatrist does the same thing with me. So I'm always just like, cool. Great. Thanks, ma'am, for keeping me waiting.
Well, like, they do this all the time. Like, I set up the appointment for 1:30. They like, okay, I'll have time to, like, get my shit going and make sure I'm, like, functional for the day. Because I, set it up this morning when I woke up. Because I'm like, right, I need to refill these. And then just sitting here waiting. And I can't call in to follow up because it doesn't connect to anybody, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Doctors are always, like, behind and shit. But it's like a 5-minute phone call for me at most. It's not my primary care provider, just like their assistant second part that like assists with this shit.
Yeah, but it's still shitty.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hate waiting around for phone calls. I at least appreciate that my specialist is pretty fast with actually following up with stuff when they have information for me.
Mm-hmm. My specialist is kind of a piece of shit with that, so congrats. You got a good one.
Thankfully, mine is not. They call me pretty quickly as soon as I have like more information or if they have appointments for me. So it's good. I wouldn't say looking forward to. I am just waiting for my lung biopsy coming up at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
You can look forward to that, sort of, because it means that you have an answer coming.
Maybe. We'll see. I finally got to see them last week, and they're like, yeah, your CT scan shows 0 signs of improvement. We are kind of hoping it would fix or improve a little bit, but no.
I mean, is a lung transplant, like, an option?
It's not that bad.
Okay.
That, like, I would need a lung transplant.
In the future, then, would that be an option?
I don't know. I don't know if we'd have to go that far. I mean, right now we're looking at some other stuff before we're jumping to that end, but yeah, we're just looking to do the biopsy to see if we get some more information there, and then that should hopefully give us some more ideas as to what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got to freeze my lungs and chest and stab me and take something out, and if everything goes well, my lung won't collapse.
Woo!
And if it doesn't, well, then I gotta stay in the hospital overnight. Which is fine.
It's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Just let us know when you go.
31st.
Okay, keep the Discord updated when you go.
Okay, I can do that. I don't expect there to be any issues. I'm just glad I didn't fall in the weekend that I have to dog sit for my sister. Or, like, before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been very annoying to end up at the hospital and like stuck there if things went stupid on my birthday. I'm not gonna do it anyways, but you know.
Also, yes, of course I'm gonna go for the pun.
I mean, why not?
Exactly.
It is just fun. Like going from what everyone's been saying, you guys have been enjoying Tears of the Kingdom there.
No, I hate it. Yes.
That's good. I've been playing it a little bit too. I've had some fun with it. I got into it a little bit easier than I did Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's just very much like I'm done with work. Okay, brain dead time. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes total sense.
I've just been too busy with Final Fantasy 14. Finally, almost done with that. Well, done with the first part of it, I guess. Boy, I can't wait to finish Final Fantasy 14 so I can start Final Fantasy 14.
I mean, yeah. That's how MMOs be. Brain, please.
I agree. Okay. Ooh, big stretch. This is where I finally take my leave
How dare you?
to go actually change out of pajamas and
I
eat and
see.
shower.
Now that I'm here, it's time to go. Alright, well, bye, Will.
Obviously.
Yeah, Roddy, now that you're here, chat will have something to entertain them, so I'm giving you a very important job to use your
Will,
charms
you're really
to
fucking
make everyone
funny.
happy.
Shut the fuck up.
I know I'm
You are
funny.
pretty
I
awesome.
just think that Roddy is also funny. Two things can be funny. Like poop and piss. Yeah, you say it, Sammy.
Bye, Will.
Come back sometime. Yeah?
I shouldn't be laughing as hard as I am.
But you're allowed to have fun and enjoy yourself, buddy.
You're so serious. It's just, it's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your streams.
Bye,
I
Will.
will.
Bye.
Can't believe Will left. Now what are we gonna do? Jesus.
Right?
Hey chat, there's your can. Damn it, now I just want to play fucking Tears of the Kingdom. God damn it. God damn it.
I mean, that's what everyone's been talking about, which isn't surprising. My friend's actually been streaming it for the most part. He took off like the Friday for it and the Monday after and spent the entire 4 days just playing.
Eh.
I don't even think he's done anything with the actual plot of the game yet.
I mean, kind of same. I can't just stream and do Kingdom on the side. I can't, unless we're doing reactionary content, in which case I'm not doing reactionary content well right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the possum with it. This is you talking, chat. Okay. And then you not talking is gonna be this. Yes, Sammy. I know.
Sounds like he approves. Or wants out, I'm not sure which.
All of the above.
But I am glad to hear that you've been having fun with it, and that generally speaking, most people have been.
I mean, I told Kyria, like, we were talking about it yesterday, that it's like a 7 out of 10. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's issues with it, but
Yeah, that's what you guys
fine.
were saying.
It's kind of whatever.
I'd agree with that. Like, it's not, like, amazing, it's not groundbreaking, it's like, oh my god, I need to play this, like, forever. I just been like, yeah, I'll play this for a few hours here and there, and it's just, like, one more thing in the game, is kind of how it feels to me.
Yeah. It's very much like, okay, hold on, one more thing before I go to sleep. Wait, no, hold on, one more thing. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, it's like one more thing. Let's do this real quick. You know, this is on like the way to that location,
So
I'll
I
just
may as
do
well
this shrine
stop
real
it
fast.
here. I'm gonna not remember it if I leave.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, I might as well do this because it's like a waypoint afterwards, so I can like, come back here and like, it's like, oh, well, I'm over here. There's this thing going on, and you just keep going, and like,
Yep.
it's been like 3 hours, and you're like, wait, I was supposed to go to bed. Actually, the last night my plan was to like stop around 3 o'clock. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop around 3. I'm gonna like get my dishes done, and then just kind of like go to bed. I'll just do this one thing real quick, just to get it done and over with. And then it was 4:30 before I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
One thing I know I'll probably do in June if I'm still playing it is play it closer to like midnight, so that people who want to like pass out, like go, or like, yeah, I'm not gonna miss anything. It's fine. It'll be like a before
Yeah.
bed thing.
Yeah, and a good way to just kind of unwind and shut your brain off too.
Okay. What other emotions can I get done before ending today? I do need to make more. Hey, come to my stream thing, but I don't know.
Oh, that reminds me, I had a thought earlier.
Yeah.
How are you planning to handle the stream and VODs and stuff?
I'm just gonna upload them because they go out like 24-hour usually, and then like, because I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna sleep, right?
Yeah.
So I'll probably stop it, go to I'm just sleeping, or like whenever I wake up and whatever, I'll restart the stream then. Right?
Okay.
Like give my computer like a time to breathe and like full restart.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you're going to just be like, okay, for the parts that I'm actually here, this is the VOD, and then like, you know.
Chad, you should go retweet this thing. I'm just saying.
Wasn't sure if you're just kind of break up the segments of like these are the day kind of thing that I'm doing stuff, or if there's going to be something else.
I'm so. Have you seen?
Honk shoe, honk shoe.
So
Have I seen that?
Have you seen all the goals at this point? Because like,
I was here yesterday when you were making them and getting them set up with Curia and chat and everything.
okay, I don't remember if you had.
I didn't
left,
actually
so-
see the tweet, but I was hanging out yesterday.
You need to go potty? 1 second.
No, I'm good.
No, Roddy, you don't have to go potty. Sammy, come here. Come here. Potty. I know, it sucks. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Let's see. Touch grass, normal one,
Potty.
plastic duck, puppy stream, Desert Valley. Then we've got the Gardic funnel. Yeah, that sounds about right.
What?
I'm just looking over the list and kind of reading a few things out. So this is the stuff that I remember you talking about yesterday.
I need to make sure to not fucking dox myself if I take Sam to go on a walk and like we go mobile or whatever.
I mean, yeah, it'd be a good idea to not do that. Depending on what's going on, you can always possibly just kind of like not be streaming directly until you get somewhere.
Oh, that'd be the plan. I just have to make sure I'm not dumb about it.
I mean, you can always go a city over.
Also,
Depending,
chat,
I guess depends on how close that is.
an hour away.
Yeah, stream can just like wait an hour. You just like start the day off with Sam at the dog park or whatever. That'll be
I
fine.
mean, we could take him to the dog park or like into the fucking local words brain. The local park, state park. Jesus Christ, why did my brain? God damn it. Okay. Man, I might take a few days off before the subathon to like just prep and relax.
I would recommend it just to kind of charge your batteries and stuff.
It's on a Thursday. I could just take Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. I think that'd be okay.
Yeah, just take the week off before it starts.
Mm-hmm. Be the idea. So we have like a week and a couple days or so before I'm done streaming a little bit. Okay, I think my brain is fried for the day. I can't art anything else, I think. Let's see who we can go beat up. I know Tessa's gonna be like, you need to stream for 3 hours, but I'm gonna be like, Tessa, I'm tired. Please, Tessa, I'm tired. And my dog is yelling at me and I'm tired.
Also, I want to ask before you fully end up: is it just you and Max playing Mario Kart if that goal gets hit?
Mario Kart personally, yeah, probably. But I mean, I'd probably like allow my mods and stuff to join. I don't mind that. Mario Party was going to be open for sure, but Mario Kart, the whole point of Mario Kart was that I get very, very mad at Mario Kart.
So I've heard.
To a point that I don't know if it's going to be fun, but I'm going to like try to pull it back and make it fun, and we'll see. We'll get there.
Well, I mean, if you want to hit your mods too at the end of it, I mean, that's an option as well.
Yeah.
Just kind of burn everything down to the ground for Mario Kart. Oh, good, they're finally calling. Bye, chat.
Bye, Roddy.
Bye, dear.
From every possible source and going off of that. because I don't want to deal with subs. Yeah, I guess it's good timing. How do y'all feel about Persona 5? Royale, I believe, actually, because Yoshizawa's in it. Cool. We're gonna go raid Ed. I don't have a raid message or anything. Feel free to scream if you want. Royale with cheese, yeah! Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go and do dog things and continue prep in the background of everything, because I'm quietly working in the background, which is partially why I'm so fucking tired all the time. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I'll see you on Saturday for a game.